Are you tired of being weighed down? Have you fallen asleep on your health? This is your wake up call with my dad, Keith, my husband, Kyle, and me, Ashley.
Good morning, everyone. It's day 111. Beautiful Saturday morning. Got everybody here, and this is your wake up call. Thanks for tuning in. As always, got the whole crew, and we are hopping this morning. Saturday morning, so it's kind of a free for all on Saturdays. So, what are we talking about today, y'all?
Well, we were, before we started recording, we were talking about a trip that we have coming up. A bunch of us are going to go to Orlando, Labor Day weekend, and we're going to go see a football game. We're going to watch Alabama play football. Who are they playing?
Playing Louisville.
Louisville. All right. And, so we're talking about that, and so we decided to talk about how when we have things coming up in the future, like trips or, things like that, that also can serve as motivation for getting healthy. And we just thought that would be a good topic for today.
Yeah, I think my whole life I've always tried to throw things out there that motivated me to get better, whatever I was doing, whether it be a football game coming up or something in school, maybe an academic thing occasionally. Whatever motivated me, I always had something out there that I could look forward to. And we've had a few things this year that we've done, and this Orlando trip coming up is another one of those things. You just want to, as far as being healthy and being able to get around, being strong enough to do some of the things we want to do, it's going to provide some good motivation for us.
That's right. Yeah, when we, well, more so for you than me, but when we did the biking trail, since I only decided to go a few days before, I didn't really have that mindset, but I know you planned that like a month or two in advance, and so that was something that you were thinking about and working your way up to, and, practicing riding a bike up and down the road and stuff like that. So that was one thing this year. And then this Orlando trip, we're trying to figure out, because we're going to stay the week after the ball game too, for a few days anyway. And so we're still trying to decide what we're going to do in Orlando. But the fact is, whatever we decide to do, it's going to be a lot of walking, if we go to a theme park, or even probably walking from the parking lot up to the stadium for the game. That's probably going to be a pretty big walk, and it's probably going to be hot, and then I still get nervous thinking about the stadium seats. I think I'll fit better, but, we won't know till we get there. But, these are all things that if I start thinking about them, it really helps me focus on really getting some more weight off before we go, and really making sure that I'm able to walk around and all this. So we have I think we're right on 4 weeks now, or maybe 5. I don't know.
Yeah.
And you can do a lot of, I was about to say you can do a lot of damage in 4 weeks. That's not what I meant to say, but you can get a lot done in 4 weeks, so I really, especially after this past week, I really need to tighten back down on my weight training and my walking. And my food was pretty good this week, but if I'm not coupling it with the exercise, my weight does not come off like it should. So it's just something, something to look forward to, something to work towards.
Yeah, because it's going to be, it could possibly be pretty miserable, if you're not in shape to walk around and be able to, we'll be on our feet probably 2 or 3 days in a row
Yeah.
And if you're not ready for it, it could turn into a pretty miserable, thing as far as the weather. I'm saying is going to be kind of hot and humid, and you're going to have to deal with that. And just trying to be ready for it and have enough energy to have a good time instead of being all worn out and no energy and all that kind of thing. That could be pretty miserable.
Yeah, it could ruin the whole trip, really, if you're just not enjoying yourself.
Totally. I think for me, it's the rides. That's one of the things I wish that kind of motivates me. Not 4 weeks.
Oh, if we were to go to a theme park or something.
Yeah, if we were to go to a theme park, I just, I just want to be able to ride the rides, and I know I can't do that on everything, and that's.
Yeah, I don't know that either one of us are quite small enough yet for that. But
Well, I'm not. I know that, but what I'm saying is, in long term,
that is another thing that could motivate us. I would like to get on a roller coaster again. It probably won't be this trip, but if we keep working, Kyle and I have talked several times about how we would really like to go to Disney World, just the two of us, and just, spend a week going to all the parks and riding all the rides and stuff. And we're thinking maybe when we get down, to our goal weights or close to it, maybe that can be like a reward trip for us.
Yeah.
Because, being this big, you don't get to get on a ride. You don't get to get on a roller coaster. You just don't fit. And it seems dangerous. Like, even if you're barely fitting, like, that just scares me because it's like one click and you're gone. Right?
Yeah.
Because those seats, when you're on a roller coaster, they come down and they click several times. And each time they click, it's like another notch that they're going in. And man, mine have never clicked more than once. So even when I was fitting, it was like one click,
We need an extra click or two.
Yeah. I'm gonna need a little more security than that. So
I'll tell you the other thing I look forward to is that's kind of a motivator for me is, and I may have said this in the past, being able to walk into a store.
Yes.
Walk up to a rack of clothes, pick out what I want, and it fit, especially with, like, pants. For me, pants is like the one thing that just doesn't fit. I have special order. Usually I can find shirts in the men's big and tall section. But pants is just a no-go, even in the big and tall. Right now, they just don't have anything that'll fit my size. So I'm hoping in the next 100 days I can get down far enough that I can get some pants on.
Well, and it's hard.
Not that I'm pantsless, but
when you're having to special order items like that, like you don't, and they're way expensive. They're super expensive, because you're having to get them specially. You have to get them big enough, one, and then in Kyle's case, they also have to be hemmed in most cases.
I got short legs.
Well, you aren't short, but you aren't tall.
You're right.
Kyle and I are about the same height, but anyway, so it's expensive to buy these pants. So then he only ends up with 2 or 3 pair every year that he has to alternate wearing. Well, that you just, and I think big people can relate to this. You just don't have that many clothes because you don't have enough clothes that fit because they cost so much. Or there's so much hassle you have to go through to find something that fits.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have no variety in your clothing, and then you start feeling bad about yourself because you're wearing the same junky clothes, all the time, and it's just this cycle,
Yep.
And I'm like you. I look right as of right now, and this is awful. I'm in one of the biggest sizes of jeans that you can find in a department store. So if I had gotten any fatter, I would have also had to start ordering online. Even in the women's section, I'm in one of the biggest sizes of pants that are available in a regular department store. And so that's a scary thought too, that I was right there on the edge where I was going to have to start ordering stuff. And I'm like you too. I want to walk into a department store and not have to go to the plus size section.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to turn in the other direction and, buy something from the regular lady section. And another thing that sucks, and this has improved since I was younger, because there are just more fat people in the world, more and more every day, Yeah. We are a very fat country. So I believe even in the next 5 years, we can probably find Kyle's size in a store, just because that's just where we're heading right now. But used to, if you were fat, you only had that small little section available to you, and the clothes were not cute. They were always like old lady looking clothes, and as a bigger teenager and young adult, like, that was always frustrating to me. I had a hard time finding cuter clothes because all the big clothes were old lady looking clothes. As I've gotten older, that has changed a lot. There's a lot of really cute clothes for big girls out there. But it's like I said, the reason for that is because there's just more fat people now than there ever has been.
Yep, supply and demand.
Right. But even saying that there, fat girls now have a lot of options, because we do. There's a lot of cute clothes out there now. You have even more options if you're slim. To every one cute, big girl top, there's like 5 cute and cuter small girl tops. So I look forward to going to a store and having the whole store to find something that actually I love, that I put it on and I love it. As of right now, I put it on and it fits and it looks okay and I buy it, because that's just what I've had to do. I don't love this outfit, but it looks good, it looks okay, and it fits me, so, what else am I going to do?
You gotta go for it, yeah.
Right. Like, I want to, put on a piece of clothing and love it and have to buy it because it looks so good on me, and it's something that I've always wanted to wear. And, man, that is something to look forward to. I just talked 20 minutes about clothes, but it's a big deal, so.
Yes, so I look forward to walking in a department store, getting back to my thing. I'm just kidding.
Sorry. Yeah, I said over your story, but.
But no, looking forward to walking into a store. I think for me too, as expensive as casual clothes are, for me, my business apparel, stuff I should be wearing to work,
yeah, it needs to work.
So expensive. So expensive. And then just to find it at like a name brand store, for men's apparel, is a challenge as well. So,
the one good thing about, suits in general is the style of a men's suit only changes slightly. But it's still the basic design, right? Mm-hmm. So Kyle has several suits from when he was smaller. And so for the next 100 pounds, you probably have a suit that you can get into.
Yeah.
Until you get down to where you've never been before, and then we're going to have to go shopping for.
If I get back down to around 330, when I get back down around 330, I will have suits that I can wear.
Yeah, and that's only 30 pounds away. I mean, that's not very far.
And then actually on Friday, I had somebody roll up at work and say, "Hey, what size are you?" And I've got a bunch of suits that I think will fit you. So, well, I think I've actually got to need to message him today and say, "Hey, about those suits, I'll take whatever you got. I'm losing some weight, and I'm gonna need some business apparel, kind of work through." If you're gonna get, because he was planning on just sending them to Goodwill. So, I'm gonna see if he'll just bring me whatever he has.
Yeah.
And then I'll wear through what I can. That's another thing. Because I'm large, I wear out clothes. I'm really hard on clothes too.
Yeah, well,
So
we're wearing the same 3 things over and over again. Of course you are.
it's hard to find stuff, and then when you do find it, you wear it so many times you just wear it out. And yeah, that's a challenge as well.
All of my jeans face an untimely death because they always get holes where my thighs rub.
I've got a pair of dress
I've
jeans
never
right now that
donated a pair of blue jeans to Goodwill or anywhere because I literally wear them until there are holes in the thighs.
That's where I'm at with my suit pants right now.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at with my suit pants right now. It's just thighs rubbed together. So
Yeah, I look forward to getting on rides and to going to shop for clothes without having to be in the special section. What else are we looking forward to? I know there's a million of things, but I can't think of any more right now.
actually, I look forward to flying on an airplane.
Oh, there you go.
Or going to a concert and being
not being worried about what size the seat is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, I think as close as concert seats are together, I think I'm always going to be uncomfortable with that. Like, cause you're literally shoulder to shoulder. But
well, that's Dad's problem. You know, he's not very big in his hips, but he can't change how wide his shoulders are.
No.
Yeah. So you spill over into the person next to your seat. You don't really have a choice to.
Yep.
But
I remember a few years ago, we were getting concert tickets to see Paul McCartney, and I remember it took me a very long time to buy these tickets because I had to have an aisle seat for us. And so I remember clicking around a long time to find the perfect seats that were in our price range, that, you know, were in a good spot to where we could see the stage, but that were also aisle seats. Because if you have an aisle seat, at least you can kind of lean over a little bit, right? And what ended up happening there, we were sitting on a row with a whole bunch of people that like to get up and down. Like, they were going and getting more beer and nachos and all this stuff, like, constantly. And we would have to literally, you know, we're wedged in these seats to begin with. Like, we're barely in them. And we would have to get up and let these people by and sit back down. And this happened the first, like, half hour of the concert. I mean, every other song. And I was getting ticked off because, you know, this is Paul McCartney. I may never see him in concert again because he's old.
And we paid a lot of money for our tickets.
We paid a lot of money for our tickets. And
that's the most I've ever paid for a concert ticket. I mean, it was worth it, but it was
worth every penny. I will do it again if I had the money tomorrow. But anyway, so the ticket taker person, you know, you have one every few sections.
The usher, yeah.
Yeah, that's it, with the flashlight and all that. Well, she sees all this happening, and I guess she sees us getting increasingly frustrated. And she moves us to these seats that are the handicapped seats. So at first I was a little bit embarrassed, but then after she got us up there, I was like, okay. Because they were these cushioned fold-out chairs that were not right on top of each other, and we were sitting on this like balcony where there was no seats directly in front of us, so nobody could stand up and get in our way.
Yeah.
Man. So I think about that, and I'm happy that happened, but at the same time, I was still embarrassed that happened. You know, it shouldn't have been so much work for us to be getting up and getting down during that whole thing, you know. But it was, and that lady recognized that, and she moved us. But she, you know, she didn't have to do that.
I eventually got to where I didn't even sit in the seat because they were getting up and down so much. I just sat on the arm of the aisle. I just kind of propped myself up on the arm.
Yeah.
Because people were coming in and out so much. And then poor Ashley had this girl who'd walk into the whole thing.
We almost had it made because we were sitting there, and so Kyle had the aisle seat, I had the one next to him, and then there was nobody in the seat next to me, and then a whole group after that. And we kept waiting, and Paul didn't go on stage till like 45 minutes or an hour late for some reason that night. And so nobody ever came. Even though he was late to get on stage, nobody came. And I was like, okay, this worked out in our favor. This is great.
Here comes this bebopping little...
She was little. She was little.
She was little,
after Paul was already
but I've never seen a little person... I've never seen a small person take up so much room, because she came in and she had like this big old thing of nachos that had barbecue all over them, and like she she kept getting up and down, up and down, up and down.
It was very clear that she bought like a scalp ticket or something.
Yeah, she got there.
Why would you get there so late? Like, why would you even do that? This is Paul McCartney. And two, I could tell by the way she was just half listening to him that she wasn't a fan. You know, she wasn't a real fan.
She was texting the whole time.
Yeah, she was texting the whole time and, like, doing stuff on her phone. And I'm like, girl, this is Paul McCartney. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that was kind of we veered off on our story a little bit there, but
my point in that is that she was eating her nachos, but she was like taking up. She was spilling over into your seat, which got really annoying. Like elbowing you eating her
nachos. Yeah.
So I mean, it was just kind of in Bridgestone. As much as I love the place because of the Predators playing there and stuff, the seats are very small, even for smaller people. They're small.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to fit as many people as they can in there. And, they ended up moving us, thank goodness. But, yeah, not to have to do that would be nice. So.
All of that to say, to actually fit into a seat would be great. Good times.
Yep. All right.
Well, you know, I think as we go along this journey and we get smaller and we get healthier, we're going to be noticing things that we probably have never even noticed before. Like small things like yesterday, I have these pair of capris that I've worn the past 2 or 3 summers. Capris are like pants that are supposed to come about like mid-calf. You know, they're like not shorts but not pants. And anyway, so I've been wearing these all summer, and what's strange about them is the waist in them is fitting a little better, not a whole lot better, but every time I put them on, it's like these things are getting longer. And I put them on yesterday, and they were almost hitting my ankles. And I was like, what is this? Why are these pants? Because my waist is not a lot different, I don't think, but I think my legs and my rear end have tightened up so much that they're just like longer than they used to be. So stuff like that, I mean, Stuff like that is weird, like you don't even notice what's happening. So I think as we go on, we're going to notice weird stuff like that we would never think about before. And I enjoy that because the scale doesn't always give me the number that I want, or even the number that sometimes I feel like I deserve, Yep. There's some weeks I'm 100% on it with my exercise and my eating and my water, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to lose 5 pounds this week. I've done so awesome. And then I get on there and it's like 1 pound. Yep. And those are the days that I'm like, why am I doing this? But when I put on my clothes and they're fitting different, then I'm like, okay, well, something's working. The scale just doesn't always reflect it,
Yep.
All right, well, we'll go ahead and wrap this up. Guys, thank you for listening. And if y'all have any non-scale victories you'd like to share, or anything that you're looking forward to that we may have missed or not touched on, let us know in the comments. Find us on social media at Our Heavy House. Don't forget to subscribe. Hope that you have a really good weekend. And again, thanks for listening. We'll be back tomorrow for another wake-up call. Talk to you later.